Most people live on what is in the law called heirs property. And that's because our ancestors during the U.S. Civil War now bought property. And so Gullah Geechees became the first group of people of African descent in North America to own land in mass.
Queen Quet does not have to single-handedly work to preserve what belongs to her people, our people. She is the head of state for the Gullah Geechee Nation, whose territory extends from North Florida to North Carolina. As a people, we don't get the luxury of representing our culture for ourselves. It is represented on our behalf, and often in ways that we never even designated. Such is the case with the Gullah Geechee Nation. Many of us were taught that our culture, language, and ways of life that we brought with us from Africa were lost forever. Queen Quet lectures all over the world, raising awareness of the Gullah Geechee Nation, the territory and land that many of us, no matter where we live on the U.S. map, can trace our roots in this country back to. A distinct language exists there, a combination of English, Creole, Mende, and Vai of West Africa, a style of music and food, and most important for the preservation of all of those things, a lot of land. Land that is getting sold by out-of-touch relatives who want to make money off of their ancestors' legacy.
The only solution I've ever seen is to develop it. And I give people this analogy of the American Indians that were, downtown Wall Street. They had the teepees there, they had the little communities. Could you imagine today there being 20 acres that's Indian reserve in Wall Street? No. What I'm saying is either you have to be progressive or you will get run over, taxed out, moved out. Eventually it will happen. I understand the anger, and I understand the Gullah culture. My grandmother was a midwife on Hilton Head. So almost every African-American that was born in the 60s, 50s, 40s, she brought them into the world. The problem comes in when the world changes. My family doesn't barter with food. They go to regular jobs and have 9-to-5s, and they've gone to college, and they work at Fortune 500 companies now. Some of the people don't want to sell, obviously, because they've lived here their whole lives. You can see there's a lot of mobile homes. So there are 19 in total that, there's going to be an issue with. And so, what do we do? What do they do?
Queen Quet has been working on behalf of the nation to preserve their land through the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition. She has spoken on behalf of the nation in front of the UN and was added to the United Nations Forum on Minority Rights in 2008. The 4th annual Gullah Geechee Seafood Festival and Family Day is coming up on October 22nd, and those of us who can go should go. The land that needs our protection and our people who need our help should meet those of us who are in positions to help and work tirelessly to make sure that our ancestors' land remains insulated and protected from those who would destroy what they worked so hard to keep for their descendants. The festival will be held at 2809 Sea Island Parkway on St. Helena Island, South Carolina. Contact 843-838-1171 or the email address below for more details.